Hi there, in today's video I'll be walking you through the entire Maypaper Co 2025 collection together, from the monthlies to the dashboards and everything in between. I'm so excited to share this with you because it's going to be our biggest dated collection to date, no pun intended. But before we begin, if you're new here, hello, my name is May and I am the owner of Maypaper Co, a planner business that specializes in making refills and accessories for ring and discbound planners. So we are going to be breaking this video into 5 parts. So in part 1 we will go through all of the monthlies, in part 2 we'll go through all of the weeklies, in part 3 we'll go through the dailies, and part 4 we'll go through other items including our dashboards and accessories, and finally I'll go through the launch day freebie deets and any other information. I'll also be sure to leave the timestamps down below as well so you can jump to each section easily. So before I get into the walkthrough, I would also like to mention that the sizes we will be offering this year are Pocket, Personal, FC Compact, Personal Wide, A5, Mini HP, Half Letter and Classic, with some exceptions which I will point out because not all of the designs will be available in all of the sizes. For 2025, I've made the difficult decision to not offer A6 in our 2025 dated collection, as unfortunately the demand hasn't been great for the few years we've offered it. I know this is going to be disappointing for those that use A6 inserts, but because of this, I've been able to expand the number of designs we have on offer for the other sizes in the collection instead. So this is actually going to be our biggest 2025 collection yet, despite removing the A6 size from the lineup. On top of that, I would also like to mention that everything is going to be available as a printable format as well, if you prefer to DIY your inserts and save on shipping. So before I begin the walkthrough, this collection is going to be launching on Thursday the 22nd of August at 10 a.m. Adelaide time. I'm also pleased to say that we've kept our prices the same as previous years despite the cost of everything else in the business going up. We are also going to have launch day freebies, so please stay tuned to the end of the video for more information on that. And something to keep in mind as well is that we don't normally include our data collection as a part of our Black Friday sales. So I would highly recommend ordering on launch day to get your free launch day gift with purchase. So with that being said, let's get started, shall we? I am going to be showcasing all of the inserts in the A5 size since that's the most popular planner size that we offer. For our monthlies, we are going to have 5 monthlies available this year: the month on 2-page classic, the month on 2-page with notes, month on 1-page, vertical monthly, and quarterly overview. So let's start off with our month on 2 pages. We are going to have 2 types of month on 2 pages, the classic version and the with notes version. So this one is the classic version, and I'll go through the with notes version a bit later. So these are going to be available in both Monday and Sunday start options. And on top of that, for the first time in 2025, we're also going to be offering a no cover page option if you're going for the cover page option. Both month on 2 page designs, both the classic and the with notes version, will have the same cover page. This design is by far our most popular monthly, which we've had since I started doing dated inserts. So I've kept the design and fonts the same as previous years. For the cover page option, each month will end with a lined page, which you can use for notes, reflections, or pre-planning. As you can see, the months are also completely separable, so you are free to use monthly dividers and or weekly inserts in between. However, if you don't need to separate your months and want something a little bit more compact, the option without cover pages is definitely for you. I will show you a quick flip through now. So rather than having the monthly cover pages, the months will flow onto each other straight away. So the version with non-separable months, no cover page, ends up being half the thickness of the version with the cover pages since there are no cover pages, and this saves a lot of space in your planner. So to summarize, this is going to be available in either a Monday or Sunday start option, and you'll have the choice to choose the version with a cover page or without a cover page. So next up we have the month on 2 pages with notes, which is also going to have both a Monday and Sunday start option. This will also be available with and without the cover pages. So our month on 2 page with notes for 2025 is going to be the same as the 2024 version. There have been no changes made for the 2025 version. So if we compare the two designs, the month on 2 page with notes has a lined notes section at the bottom here and a sidebar as well. It also has a smaller font for the monthly at the top here, so it gives a more cleaner, more minimalistic look compared to the classic version, which is a little bit more bold in my opinion. So once again, this is going to be available with and without a cover page and also a Monday and Sunday start. Okay, next up for our monthlies is our month on 1 page. This will also be available in both Monday and Sunday start options. We have 2 types available this year. So this version here is the separable months version, which has a section on the back which you can use for goal setting, reflections, and so forth. So once again, each month is separable, so you can put it at the beginning of your weeklies or put monthly dividers in between. Due to popular request, I've also brought back our OG version. So with this version, there is no back page for the notes, which makes the monthlies even more compact. Okay, so let's move on to our vertical monthlies. This has been one of my favorite layouts for 2024, and I love using it for tracking stats and milestones for Maypaper Co. However, I think this would also be great for writing down anniversaries, special events. You could also use this insert to track days that you've worked, holidays, sick days, etc. So this is what it looks like. The months are not separable because there are 2 months to a page. And last but not least, this is technically not a monthly, but sort of a monthly. I've decided to include the quarterly overview in the section. So this is only going to be available in a Monday start. I love using these inserts for goal setting and also planning what releases or projects I want to focus on each month. These are also really great for tracking dates as well, and our transparent tiny dots are great for highlighting the small dates. I also asked you guys on Instagram to vote on a few tweaks I was thinking of implementing for this insert, and it seems like the majority of you guys wanted a margin added, so we've implemented that for 2025's version. So thank you to everyone who voted on which design we should go for 2025. I really like this margin that we've added because it is so versatile. You can use it to write in your important dates, or you can use it to check off tasks or goals for that month. And as you can see, the quarters aren't separable by quarters, but they are separable into half yearly. So you could essentially just keep 1 half year at a time in your planner if that's something you wanted to do. So those are our 5 monthly options. Let's move on to the weekly layouts. So because there was 1 less size to design this year, I have a few new weekly options this year, which I'm excited to share with you. Unlike the monthlies, the weeklies are only going to be available in a Monday start, and will only have a separable version for this. So we won't have a version with no cover page. We'll also have both week on 2 pages and week on 1 page this year. So let's get started with our week on 2 page options. All of our week on 2 pages will start with a monthly admin page to separate the months. There's going to be a focus of the month section, master to do, importance, date section, as well as some room for you to write some notes. At this stage, we won't be offering the weeklies without the cover pages or the monthly admin. So starting off with our vertical border lined option, this is going to be the same as our 2024 version and is a great layout for those who like listing because of the vertical format. As we move to the end of the month, you'll see that we have a lined page at the end of the month to allow you to insert monthly dividers in between or easily archive your inserts. Next up, we have the vertical border blank weeklies, which I like to call the fraternal twin to the vertical border lined weekly. Everything is essentially the same except there aren't any lines, making this layout great for those who like a little bit more creative freedom. I have enjoyed using this layout in the past for memory keeping. Moving on to our third weekly. This is our weekly with grid layout, which is heavily inspired by the Hobonichi Weeks layout. We haven't made any changes to this layout compared to the 2024 version. We've kept the grids at 4mm, and this grid section is just so versatile because you can use it for writing down notes or even to create your own layout. Our fourth option is the weekly with tracker layout. So this design was also a part of our 2024 collection. We have the calendar on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have the weekly admin. It has two lists which are unlabeled, so you're able to customize it to your needs. So for example, you could have one list as your to-dos and the other as your to-buys, or you could also split it up as personal to-dos and work to-dos. We also have a tracker here, and lastly a notes section. We are also going to be offering custom inserts for this particular insert, so you'll be able to customize the headers and trackers according to what you want. This is going to be available from October onwards, once we've caught up on our busy launch period. So if that's something you're interested in, please keep an eye out for when that becomes available. Our next option is the weekly horizontal lined option. I feel like this is such a classic layout, so I won't spend too much time on this one, but this design has also been kept the same as 2024's version. Next is our weekly vertical hourly design, which is great for those who like to time block and or have appointments or meetings to attend to throughout the day. This one is more specifically geared to the work week due to the shared weekends, which are not timed. There's also some space at the bottom for tasks and a note section. I was actually using this insert for most of the first part of 2024, but I found that I wasn't personally using the hours since I'm more of a lister and don't tend to have many appointments or time block. So I ended up removing the hours for myself. So due to popular request, I'm also going to be offering a non-hourly version, which is the version I've been using. These are going to be available in all of the sizes except for pocket size because the columns were a bit too narrow for pocket size. So we also have a new vertical layout, but this time it's a gridded layout. I had a lot of requests to bring out a vertical layout with equal spacing for each day. So this one here is a 4mm grid, and we'll also have two versions of this, one with an hourly schedule going from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. and another version with no times at all. So the vertical grid designs will only be available in A5 and half letter sizes at this stage due to how difficult it is to design the layouts and scaling them down whilst ensuring that the grids are still consistent across the sizes. So we've decided to trial this out for the A5 and half letter sizes at this stage. If there is demand for it, I'll see what I can do with trying to figure out the resizing. The last thing I wanted to mention was that rather than having a lined page separator at the end of the month, I've changed it to a gridded version instead. Okay, so moving on to our week on one page layouts. This is going to be something new that we're offering for 2025. The week on one page layouts will only be available in a Monday start and will not have separable months. So the week on one page layouts are super compact, which again is really good if you have a planner with smaller rings. And since the week on one pages have no separable months, they're actually more than half the thickness of our regular week on two pages. So lots of space saving there. We are going to have three types: our week on one page horizontal lined, which looks like that. We are also going to have our week on one page horizontal blank, and finally our week on one page with lists. So those are our weeklies that we're going to be offering for 2025. Now moving on to our dailies, we've added a new design, so that means we will have 4 dailies available this year. Each of the months are going to be separable, which allows for easy archiving or adding in monthly tabs. Previously, I considered adding in monthly cover pages, but I figured that this would add too much bulk. So instead, the dailies are going to be separable with a lined page for any months with an odd number of days, except for the gridded layout, which I'll show you, which is going to be separated with a grid. So first up is our daily hourly schedule layout. Our second design is our daily half hourly layout. This one has a grid notes section, which is 4mm. Our third design is our daily with grid layout. This one has 4mm grids, and these 3 daily layouts are exactly the same as the 2024 versions. And our last design is the new one for our data collection. It's also a half hourly schedule, but instead of the grid notes, there is a lined notes section, which we've also increased. We've also removed the priority section at the top to extend the to-do list. So those are our 4 daily layouts for 2025. Now let's move on to our miscellaneous items. So we are going to have 4 dashboards on offer. Let's go through them one by one. So the first one is a year at a glance. This one is going to be available in 2 finishes. One is a paper version and the other one is our regular vellum, which is the one here. One of the changes we've made this year is to switch from our signature milk vellum to our regular vellum. And the main reason for this was because we're not able to print on milk vellum in-house. In the past, we've outsourced our year at a glance to a local print shop, and with that we had to order a large quantity to make the price viable for us to sell. However, one thing I noticed over the years was that we usually ended up with a lot of stock that didn't sell, particularly for the not as popular sizes. Such as A6. So often as the year was coming to an end, I would give them out as freebies, but sometimes there weren't enough orders to give out all of the year at a glances, which makes perfect sense because they weren't popular sizes. So as the year ended, we found that we had to bin them when they essentially expired, which felt like a huge waste, especially since they cost so much to manufacture. So in order to reduce the amount of waste, I've decided to print them in-house again so that we can make them according to the demand. So that's one of the major changes that you'll see for this dashboard overlay this year. It's no longer going to be in our milk vellum finish, it's going to be in our regular vellum instead. So we are also going to have 2 other vellum dashboard options. So the first one is this one here, and the second one is this one here. And our last dashboard is going to be a linen dashboard. I had such a positive response when I released our linen self-care dashboard, so I really wanted to design another linen dashboard for our 2025 collection. This one is the Trust the Seeds You're Planting dashboard, and it's a double-sided dashboard with a coloured front and a small passage on the other side. So last but not least, for our accessories, we have our 2025 monthly planner cards. These are standard Australian business card size and have been printed on smooth matte cardstock. This year I've added a little raised glossy finish on the months to add that extra something something. So I hope you enjoy that. They come in a set of 12, one for each month, and it's a great way to decorate your planner, to view the month at a glance, or pin it on your corkboard. Those were our accessories for 2025. Now let's talk bundles. Over the years, I've gotten so many questions from those who are new to planning, or I guess more specifically new to the ring or discbound systems, and they weren't sure what they needed to make their own planners. So this year we are going to be offering bundles. These bundles are going to include our top seller dashboards, monthlies, and weeklies. and we'll be offering it in pocket, personal, A5, and mini HP, half letter, and classic HP. So this one here is the A5 size. So there will be an option to purchase the bundle with the agenda covers. This is great if you're completely new to planning and don't have your own cover yet, or with the refills only if you want to select your own agenda or you have your own agenda cover already. So let's go through the agenda covers first. So the ring bound options are going to come in pocket, personal, and A5, and it'll come with the white hardware since this is by far our most popular colorway in our store. And if you choose a discount option in either the mini HP, half letter, classic HP sizes, you'll receive a set of clear discs and crystal clear covers. So the insert portion will stay the same across the sizes. Let's go through the A5 version together. So each refill bundle will include a 2025 vellum dashboard, a year at a glance on paper, and then our classic month on 2 pages. So for the bundle version, I've decided to go with the non-separable version since these rings are quite compact. You'll also get our vertical monthlies and our week on 2 page horizontal lined layout. It'll also come with a ruler so you can mark your week, as well as some extra lined pages at the back for note taking. And finally, it'll also come with a top loading insert so you can put in any loose sheets of paper or stickers. So that's everything that will come in the refill bundle. So once again, you'll have the option to purchase just the refills by itself if you have your own agenda cover already or wish to purchase a different agenda cover, or you can get the bundle with the agenda covers if you essentially want everything done for you. I feel like these would also make a great gift for someone who is new to planning as well, since there's everything you need to get started with planning. So there we have the entire 2025 collection. All of these inserts that I've shown you, except for the bundle, are going to be available in both a printed and printable format, including the monthly cards on launch day this Thursday, the 22nd of August at 10 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time. If you're unsure about time zone differences, we have a countdown on our Instagram stories. At this stage, the launch is going to be limited to our website and not our Amazon store. However, we will be slowly adding selected items to our Amazon store over the weeks. But I would like to mention that not everything is going to be available on the Amazon store, just our monthlies and our weeklies. So there aren't going to be any dashboards and accessories. With that being said, let's talk about our freebies because I know you're probably waiting for that. We have a couple of tiered freebies that we are going to be giving away as a little thank you for supporting us on launch day. I actually filmed a vlog that's already up of the day I designed and made them. I'll link it above in the cards for you just in case you're interested in seeing the behind the scenes of the process. So we are going to be giving away this mini linen journaling card with all orders placed on launch day, and this matches our linen dashboard. Orders over $60 before shipping will receive this beautiful Vellum Year at a glance, which is around postcard size, plus the mini linen journaling card. And finally, orders over $120 before shipping will get a set of our 2025 monthly planner cards, plus all the other freebies I've mentioned. So these are launch day freebie exclusives until we run out. So yeah, this is just a little token of our gratitude to thank you for your support during our 2025 collection launch. I think I've covered everything I needed to in today's walkthrough video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I would love to know which layout you're planning to go with for 2025. If you've enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you would consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you on launch day. Bye!